Good morning, children. We have already started offline classes, but I am continuing this online class to complete the portion. Mainly, we are conducting revisions and the last preparation for the half-yearly exam in the offline, that is in the class. Last class, we have learned Chapter 1, Classification of Computer by Size. There are 5 categories we have seen. First one is mobile computers, microcomputers, mini computers, mainframes and supercomputers. Today we are going to learn is computer languages. If you want to communicate, we will communicate in any languages. That may be oral or with all actions. To communicate with a computer, we need a language that computer understands. A program or a computer program is a set of instructions that tells the computer what to do. The process of writing specific instruction in a computer language is called programming. The set of instruction of programs we write in an order is called syntax. We write, I am going. Will you write am going I? No, because there is an order in English, grammar. Same way, in programming also there is an order. Such kind of order of statement are called syntax. The development of computer languages has been classified into following categories. We will see the first one, machine language, that is the first generation of language. Machine language or first generation language or low level language is the only one language that a computer understands. In machine language, each instruction is written in the form of a strings of zeros and ones. 0 means off, 1 means on. Machine language is directly understood by the computer, but it is difficult for the programmers to write. Program written in a machine language can be executed very quickly by the computer because the instruction can be processed directly by the CPU and no translation of the program is required. No, underline, no translation of program is required. That is why machine language is also regarded as low level language, LLL. Next one is assembly language, second generation or middle level language. This language uses mnemonic codes or symbols in place of zeros and ones. The first programming language using English was developed in 1950, which is known as assembly language. Assembly language is easier to write than machine language. Each instruction is written using codes of letters. For example, if the operation code for add is 0010 in binary language, it can be directly written as add, add in assembly language. As assembly language uses symbolic codes like add or symbols like plus symbol, minus symbol, division symbol. Hence, it is easy to work with assembly language than the binary language. Next one is third generation language, high level language. High level languages are similar to English language. That language is machine independent. It is also known as high level language, HLL. High level language, third generation language. The examples of high level language or third generation languages are COBOL, Fortran, BASIC, C, C++, Java, Python, Ruby, Visual Basic, Delphi, Perl, PHP, etc. Fourth generation languages are closer to human language than any other higher level languages. They use English words and phrases, programmer friendly, enhance programming efficiently, use more icons, graphical interfaces and symbolic representation. It needs minimum efforts from the user to obtain any information. Prolog, an artificial intelligence language, is an example of fourth generation language. And the structured query language SQL is the most popular example of 4GL. Now we will compare languages. Machine language, what are the features? Uses binary codes, zeros and ones, to depict operators and data. Machine dependent, the only language directly understood by a computer. Assembly language, what are the features? Uses mnemonic codes or symbols in place of binary numbers. It is machine dependent. Has to be converted to machine language by a translator. There should be a translator, another software. Translator program assemblers. High level language. The features are uses English words and mathematical operators. Machine independent. Has to be converted to machine language by again translator. Programs like interpreters and compilers. And last, 4GL. The main features are machine independent, minimal user skills required to obtain result, application development tools. These are the features of 4 generations of languages. Last point is language processors. The computer hardware understands only its machine language. Therefore, all high-level language programs must be converted into machine language programs before they can execute by the processor. To translate any high-level language program to machine language, a software is required. This type of software is called a language processor or language translator. There are 3 different types of language translators. 3 different types. The first one is assembler. Translator program that is used to convert assembly language program into machine language is known as assembler. So, assembly languages to machine language is called assembler. See here, assembler. This is the assembly language. It is converting to machine language that are zeros and ones, which computer can understand only machine codes. Any programs written in assembly language or high level language is called source program or source code. A program written in any high level language other than machine language is called source program. Whereas the program converted into machine language by the assembler, compiler, interpreters is called object program or object code. Is it clear? The converted programs into machine language is called object code. If you have written any languages in any other languages like assembler, compiler, interpreter, that is called source code. Next processor is interpreter. This translator program is used to convert a high level language program into machine language, that is zeros and ones. An interpreter translates line by line execute the instruction and then repeats the procedure for remaining instruction. Example, it will interpret, that means convert into machine language by line. Here you see 10 print hello. So only that line will convert to the machine language first. It also reports errors found in program along with their line numbers. Here you see line number 10 print hello, there is an error. Rectify that error, then click interpret and it convert to machine language. And again line number 20, there is another error. So like that all the error it will show there. If any errors are found, they are to be removed immediately, otherwise it will not interpret to machinery language or machine language, zeros and ones. And the object code produced by the interpreter is not served, underline, it is not served for the future references. Once it is interpreted, finish, it will erase, as the converted form is not stored anywhere, so it has to be generated at the time of execution of program only once. Next one is compiler. Compiler is a translator program used to convert high-level language or program into machine language. Again, the source code to object code. Here, a compiler translates the whole program at once. If you see the interpreter line by line, but here compiler all the programs together. That is, it generates the object code for a program along with the list of errors. If it is interpreters line by line, it will check if any errors found. Each line by line it will show, but here it will show the list of the compiler. It will show the list of errors together. Because of that, the execution speed of compiler is faster as compared to the interpreter. It is clear. Language processors like assembler, compiler and interpreter. I am concluding today's class, briefing today's points. Computer languages. There are 4 computer languages: machine language, assembly language, high-level language and 3rd generation of language. Then language processors like assembler, compiler and interpreter. Friends, even though you are not coming to school, you are going to different functions like marriages, birthdays and other functions. Please don't come to school how we are going to any other functions. Please follow COVID-19 prevention campaign, then you come to school. Thank you.